As Katlego or Citizen Concerned would say, beware of the comrades. So let's talk about it. So guys, as you would know, yesterday it was the national dialogue that was commissioned by the President of the Republic of South Africa to make South Africans fools. I mean, I have made this video before when it was introduced some months ago. I think it's like 3 months ago or something like that. And I asked a very critical question. If the President of the Republic of South Africa wants South Africans to be the ones that solve all the problems of this country, then why do we have you in that office? Why do we have ministers? Why do we have law authorities? Why do we have what we have that we entrusted by voting for y'all because we thought you had the capability, you had the vision, you had the love and passion for the people of South Africa, which turns out that's not true at all. Unpatriotic. That is what you guys are, because we are figuring out, we are connecting the dots and realizing, no, we've been sold. We've been sold, and you take 700 million rand of taxpayers' money, South African taxpayers' money, and you call a talk shop, a frivolous talk shop that is not going to go anywhere. And if anything, to go by with what happened yesterday, yeah, exactly. And even though the most critical of organizations were pulling out of this talk shop, this make South Africans fools again, you still did not read the room. The room was not read. Instead, we will push on. You know why we will push on? Because monies are going to be paid to comrades who are going to procure and make sure that this dialogue goes ahead. You know, we got to feed the comrades. That is why one of the, hostesses even mentioned, colleagues, comrades, and whatever. I'm thinking, we're still using the word comrade even in a so-called control by the public convention. No, it's never controlled by the public, and it was never planned for the public. This was a window shopping to say, we are listening, and yet you look at Cyril Ramaphosa and several of his goons sleeping. Who listens when they are sleeping? Can somebody please tell me who listens when they are sleeping? I mean, it shows, number one, these people are too old to be holding office, because at that age, around your 70s, and I am so sorry if you are an active 70-year-old, but at some point, your body does say, I'm shutting down now. And it usually shuts down at the most critical position. I mean, 40-year-olds are experiencing the same thing. One moment we are awake, and the next our eyes are beginning to shut down because our bodies are like, I think we've had enough for today. And now you have 70-something-year-olds literally sleeping. And yet they're supposed to be listening to the people of South Africa, showing leadership that, listen, guys, we do care. But, I mean, typically, the ANC people. And speaking of the ANC, and I did say in my video when I talked about the introduction of this talk shop, and I said, if one of the instructions or one of the idea is that it's going to go at the grassroots level, who's there? Who's at the grassroots level who would not want things exposed, people talking, real issues that are affecting them in their own communities? Yeah, the ANC. So who did you hear start singing inside that convention center? ANC singing ANC songs. To do what? To say, we are not going to allow the people of South Africa to have a say. That is why this so-called public convention was so curated and very much controlled by the comrades that you and I should be aware of. And I don't know what else to tell you, because all of this, I predicted it in that video. Chaos, the ANC is going to run to these branches, organize, or yes sir, yes ma'ams, that's it. Put them in the bus, Give them KFC, and this time around we're not going to give them ANC t-shirts. We'll promise them some few things like Okoba Kolo for like 2-month jobs, type of situation. And they all filled up the buses and went to the Sandton Convention Center. Was it Sandton Convention Center? I don't even know where this was held. And that's what we heard. And then the real people of South Africa, whether they were invited in the lineup or whatever the situation was, you needed to listen to them because you have come to listen to them. There is no way as a citizen, I was not there. Thank goodness I wasn't. There is no way that you want the people of South Africa to be the ones that are in control of this convention, this dialogue, the talk shop. And then you put people as a panel who are, how will I say it, manipulators. They're going to come with big university words that no ordinary South African is going to understand because they got us on that chokehold, didn't they? Yeah. That is why they had these people just sitting there looking like whales out of the ocean. When the real people of South Africa wanted to take to the pulpit and say, we are here to talk about South African issues. These are the things that we are going through on a daily basis. And we are wanting you as our leaders to hear us. Crime, illegal foreigners, healthcare, which is collapsing, by the way, the public healthcare is collapsing and overburdened. Our budget, national budget, is overburdened. We are living in fear of our lives. Children can no longer play almost till the sunset. The rest of us, when we grew up and there was one rule and one rule only. Do not let the street lights go on without you in the house. These days, the child comes from school directly into their homes. Some even get kidnapped right inside their own yards. These are the things that we want to talk about. They don't want us to talk about those things. And yet, they are going to bring very articulated panelists who are so far detached from the realities of the South African population. Because they live in ivory towers. We see them every single day attacking people like myself and asking silly questions. The silliest of questions. And you can tell that the question, it is meant to break you down. Make you feel small, make you feel insignificant, and also doubt what you are saying. Because some of them, they even gotten to a point where when you open your mouth, they come in the comment section and they say, read a book. How do you read a book about my daily experiences? I don't know how you live your life as a South African citizen. And you telling me I must read a book about my own experiences as a South African citizen? Yeah, that's exactly the panel we were going to get yesterday. Yeah, that's what they were going to do. They would have told us, oh, you guys are blaming a small minority of people that are vulnerable coming from the war-torn zones. What war? What war is in Ethiopia? What war is in Nigeria? What war is in Somalia? Oh yeah, well, Somalia has been known to be an anarchy. Same goes with the Congo. But that's not our responsibility as the people of South Africa. And we wanted to table that on the table. We wanted to ask questions about the Geneva Convention. How exactly does it work? How do South African government understand it? And why we have been being told about their understanding of the Geneva Convention. Why Pan-Africanism only applies to South Africans, but no one else. Why our children, our sisters, and our young people, the future, is being deliberately destroyed by people that come from West Africa with white powder. Those are the things that we want to talk about and how they are going to solve them. But then again, you have to ask yourself, why do we even have such a discussion? Because we have state apparatus like the South African Police Service, the National Prosecuting Authority, the judiciary. We have private investigators, okay, that probably don't fall under the government, but them too, They seem their hands to be tied. If not, end up joining. If you can't handle it, join them type of situation. And when the people of South Africa wanted to talk, they were stopped. And yet, this so-called talk shop was for them. I ask again, what is the purpose of this talk shop when we have state resources, where taxpayers are paying so that the people of South Africa are put first, served, protected, and live in comfort? Not privilege maybe, because privilege is also earned, but just some comfort and a peace of mind. Because I'm telling you right now, you can go to any rank, I'm talking a taxi rank in South Africa, and hop on one taxi. Or maybe you can hop on a taxi in the morning, and hop on a taxi during the day, and hop on a taxi in the afternoon, evening, and you will be the only South African in there. Those people were able to wake up in the morning to a job, while a South African, when the sun rises, bajiga nelanga in their own country. Those are the things that South Africans wanted to talk about. But no, comrades comes first. Especially those that are on the gravy train, pillaging Africa probably. And hence, we have to be sacrificed. We want to know why. Why? But I mean, how would Ramaphosa answer the question when he's asleep? In this very convention he masterminded. So I know I'm gonna get attacked as usual. I wanna tell you right now, you are pouring cold water on a duck's back. I'm not gonna keep quiet. You can come with your pseudo-intellectualism on me, it's just not gonna work. Alright? Because I see the pushback. Oh, Clancy's, if we are talking about African illegal immigrants, what about the 2 million Europeans? That I'm like, yeah, I understand. I understand that we have them. But please, for the love of honesty, please also outline to me where they are drawing attention to themselves by selling white powder to our children, by kidnapping our women and children and turning them into prostitution, if not sending them for human trafficking. Money rituals, if they are performing those, please give me the details and let me expose them. Don't gaslight me, because that line is fucking tired. I'm telling you, it's so tired. Because we are talking about our so-called brothers and sisters on the continent doing this to us. And we're not supposed to talk about them? No. Let's divert to the 2 million Europeans. They are there, sure. Are some of them criminals? Yeah, sure. But show it. Give details. Let's expose them. Or better yet, because you know them, open a YouTube channel, TikTok, whatever. There are platforms these days. Don't rely on me. I don't know everything. Don't rely on any YouTuber or podcaster. You do the work. And those of you also who gaslight us by saying, oh, we are sick and tired of talking online. Why you are not putting together? Why you not? Why must you always be a sheep? Why can't you take leadership? If this you think is going to work, lead us. Stop relying on content creators, YouTubers, and podcasters. This is not our responsibility alone. The best that we can do is to roll a camera like this and then try our level best to wake you up. But if you don't want to wake up, what are we supposed to do? Because clearly when you come with your gaslighting, this is exactly what we get. The so-called talk shop that is organized by the president of this country to waste 700 million rand. Now, if we have to count the cost and also look who benefited out of this 700 million rand, it is not you or a member of your family or any community member in Soweto, in Langa, in Hammersdale, Mlazi, Tembisa. No, it's going to be a comrade who already fat-stomached, lazy, and sleeping in that convention. because they got paid. What did you get paid? Coming to gaslight me. It's not gonna work. We are tired. We are extremely tired. And we are more tired of South Africans, or at least South Africans, coming and gaslighting us. Anyways, I don't know, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. But you are a fool. They know it. That is why they are doing this to you. If you like this video, please do me a big favor by smashing the like button, subscribe to the channel, because I think there's more coming. There's a lot coming, I'm telling you. If you think what happened yesterday was anything to go by, well, then they are right that you are a fool. Other than that, share the video far and wide, and I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye. Oh, I would borrow from Katleho of Citizen Concern, beware of the comrades.